Blessed my people. Welcome back. You see me? So peeps, recently the father of incarcerated dancehall superstar Squash, Squash is in custody overseas and some gang related charges as also gun charges and so on and so forth. The whole 9 yards. Squash never have a good reputation from Jamaica, leave Jamaica and go overseas with the similar style or whatever it be, but him find himself in some problem over there, right? Yeah, so Squash father for the first time decide that he's gonna come out and he's gonna clear the air because according to him, persons are trying to demonize his children because of political reasons and so on and so forth. And they are using Squash's brother's fat to fry him. Squash, they have a brother used to run a gang in the Salt Spring era, and he was cut down in a confrontation with the police. But however, Squash's father come out and he holds nothing back. Him talk about politicians, him talk about police and so on and so forth. Him talk a whole heap of things, you know what I mean? He portrays himself to be an upstanding citizen, a very good member of the Salt Spring community who had to flee his own country because he was alleging that politicians was sending police after him and so on and so forth. Recently he was on The Fix podcast, But The Fix always fix the thing the right way. So when I say, yeah man, big up The Fix for that piece of work, you know what I mean? Very, very good work from them, you know what I mean? Forget Squash father actually come and talk for himself because Squash mother always come out and she talk and people don't take her serious, but this man come out and he must shed light on a different aspect of what is happening in that community. So we're going to take a little look at some of the responses that he gave to questions that were posed to him by the interviewers and The Fix. So peeps, when Squash's father was asked to explain where the name Six come from, this was his response.
Six now is a far way again. Me and the mother get 6 boys. Shelly. Yeah, 6 boys. So that's the way the 6, they call themselves 6. Because we always say 6 boys. So we say 6. And then 6 come with automatically with the spirit of prophecy again. We're gonna reveal certain things to me, and he always using the number 6 to me, like Revelation 6, 9 to 11. So we use that as a caption also. But the real main part of it is the 6 boys. They just call themselves the 6, right?
When he was asked why people view the 6 as a gang, this was his reply.
Is the 6 is not a gang. You have to understand, I did have a son named Daniel. Right? He was the bad one. I'm not afraid to say that. Because why he gets so bad though, his brother died. I got 4 sons die for Shelly. I lose 4 sons. His son grow with stigma, bro. The first son died by gunshot. Gang member, bad man in the community. And they were very small. And that guy, first son died at the age of 17.
When he was asked by the interviewers why himself as also Squash had to flee Jamaica, this was his very disturbing response.
Yeah, violence in the community, but it's far on that, because there are other people behind the violence. Like, I can call police is behind it, the politician them is behind it. I'm not afraid to talk. So it's coming from a distance. Because Daniel, which he got bad, he died by the police. And then it's like they want 6 now to purchase certain things, like to take up his spot. But 6 never do that. 6 continue with his music. He never lead a gang.
When asked by the interviewer if Squash is the one who he refers to when he mentioned 6, this was also his reply.
Right. He was a gang leader.
Mm-hmm.
He was a music leader. If you notice, he bursts a lot of artists.
Mm-hmm.
Where will you find time to associate yourself with gang when you are dealing with so many music and attending to so many people to put out in the world? Right now you see him have a lot of people out there. A lot of musicians, Malidan, everybody out there. Right, he do a lot. But you have to understand where it's coming from. Right. I used to be working for the community. I do community service work.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to tell you, I think I do a lot of community service for Salt Spring. And I worked, done sorry for the youths, and I work with so many intervention getting a studio jump set for the community, and the politician take it away from me, from the community, so that keep up the youths. Because I see and tell them that, I tell Dr. Chang that music can heal the youths, and every community take a youth what do music and take another youth and put them together and make them do a collab. You'll get unity.
When asked to clarify why he mentions Dr. Chang's name, this was his response.
I spoke to him. He's my minister. He took it away from me and from the community. No explanation. Nothing at all. Work towards it and get it for the community. To get the youths together, to unite. So they take it away, so there is no unity, bro.
When asked if he tried to talk to his badman son, who he refers to as G-Man, out of crime as also his other sons, this was his basically nonchalant response.
Of course. But Daniel now, he grew up like he was out of control. Right. That's the bad one that the police have killed. He grew up with this stigma, seeing his brother died. You know? So he grew up, he don't talk much. And so I cannot bear to tell what's inside of him. It's like when him come and start to do things, I hear that he start to do things. So I talk to him at all times. I even go to the police and talk to them, talk to him at all times as a father to a son. Squash always listen. That's why you see him always stick to his music. So he's a leader of musicians. He's not a gangster. I can talk for that. I can speak for him. He's my first son.
When asked the reason why Squash was charged for being a transnational gang leader, this was his reply.
What they want him to do is like they want him to lead a gang. It's not happening. He's using a music gang, which is musical. Everybody that around him associate with his music. Atto, you see, Shabdan, one of them turn musician. Producers, he burst a lot of producers, promoters, musicians. That's what he did.
When he was asked why the beef between him and Horace Chang, why he claims that Chang doesn't like him, this was also his reply.
When I tell them to let the youths from the community come together to form a formation to do collabs, they don't want that. That brings unity to the community. So if you don't use other youths from the other community to get them to make one an impact, you will never get peace. So the youth, they will always scattered. And the mind will always fatigue, and you will always have somebody behind shooting someone to create violence. So even that you could know one day you hear somebody die around the corner. Where that coming from? And then what caused all of this? When I working with the intervention them, I make sure I go around and go to every post that creating and fighting the war. And that was when it led to Dr. Chang's hand. So he used that again. He started to fight evil against me, working for him. So he cut down to my son. He started to plague on my children. Because what? I showed him up in the peace, which he never want. These interventions I used to go around to create peace, like PMI, SDC. I use them, global and other foreign intervention.
Squash's father also accused the police of trying to burn down his cook shop that he operated in the community.
Start to take second me have to, police even come to try to burn down my business. When me go on my bed, them come overnight, light the place of fire, we do a liquor fire. Somebody up at the top call me and tell me, say, police them my shop. And then light fire in there, then see fire in there. And me run, come up and come out the fire. As me run, come up and drive off.
When asked why he believed that the police would be fighting against him in that manner, this was his response.
Yeah, because I showed up Dr. Chang warrior gang. Use the intervention. All right, I use the intervention. SDC, PMI to go around in the communities where the youth are affiliated with gangs. Right, so I go into these community, and when they lead, it will lead to Dr. Chang. when the investigation showed him up.
Oh.
He don't like that.
He was also asked by the interviewers what did he do after he claimed that the police attempt to burn down his shop, his livelihood.
I even reported to Indicom.
Okay.
I even dropped the case because they get scared. My life was in danger.
Wow.
I submit me get for run to come America.
When asked if Squash was hiding from the Jamaican authority before he went to America, this was his reply.
Them Alpha 6, I'm telling him to come with. Because they want to kill him too. First thing after I, because every minute the police, them lock him up for no reason at all. Without a charge, what are you doing? You're taking set on the man. They don't have any evidence or anything. If they have evidence, they would send him a prison already. That's the way my son died too, Daniel. He was reporting 5 days a week or 6 days a week. And then police still kill him, but you're still reporting. You have him in the hand and them still kill him. That's wickedness. You're reporting to the police 5, 6 days a week and them still kill you.
He was also asked about the Honorable Prime Minister, and this was what he had to say.
I used to love Andrew the first time Andrew come in and I vote for Andrew. But you see when Andrew start going with him things and I start to see what Andrew out to do, I change my mind totally from him.
The interviewers even went as far as asking him why has he changed his mind from Andrew Holness, and this was his very sad reply.
He is a murderer.
Wow.
When asked what he thinks about Squash's arrest and what will become of the case, this was his response.
I nothing with him. It was in the car compartment. Not him alone in the car. And the other youth were in the car and they not charge him, they not take nothing from him. They just have Squash as a point, like they want to hold on for him to do certain things. Run, go take DNA test and everything and not come true. That's wrong, bro.
When he was asked if he believes that the American police is also targeting Squash, this was his very strong response.
Now get this straight, the police that did it, he is a Jamaican police. He's a Jamaican. Must be where the corruption coming from.
When he was asked the basis on which he was making this accusation, this was his response.
I work on the ground, sir. I do community service. When you do community service, you know a lot of things are going on.
You know, when asked about the G-City gang, he stuttered a bit and then he gave this reply.
I always tell them that name is not a nice name. I always tell them that it's God's children. I told the police even asked me what's the meaning of G-City, if a gun city or what. I said no, it's God's children. Listen to me. You have Gaza make a stigma for himself, right? Everybody can take on that and say Gaza. You see Gaza print up for enough corners, not right. If sticks come and make a stigma for himself, that is a problem. Even on the Gaza, you have people that say them have Gaza, them have them own gang. Them have gang leader too.
Oh.
Right. So it's our one take it and determine it. And all them want to paste it and put it on a picture. It's a picture them a paint. When they're fighting against you, them paint bad picture against you, bro.
And when the skilled interviewer asked him about persons who had lost their life and also persons who are in prison for being members of the G-City gang, this was when he actually started to sound as if he was speaking the truth about the G-City gang, because he gave this reply.
Yeah, Daniel was the one that, he was the gang. Daniel, the one that died, not 6. Yeah, his name is G-Man. That's the way this G-City come. Police know that.
When asked about how his other sons died, this was his response.
One by gang leader and one by another gunman cross another place in another community. Daniel was trying to create peace in Salt Spring.
Okay.
That is the bad one. And even when he died, they say he was one of the best youth they ever know because he was creating peace. All old people love him and he never like the rap people and they give nobody nothing. Him not do them something. Him just like would defend him community. That's what I see him used to do, but they always say, you are going down the wrong path, son.
The interviewers were basically saying at this point, as G-Man's father, you should never have given up on him. And this was his reply.
But him now becomes a gunman. I can't control him anymore, I can't talk to him. If you notice, Squash come out good, Bobby come out good too. Right, so I always behind them and have them in my hands like that.
So the interviewers asked him a very important question at this point. Did you benefit from the proceeds of G-Man's wrongdoing? And I am not satisfied that he's speaking the truth in this aspect.
Never offer me $1 yet.
No.
Never. Between me and you and God, I never. Me not like see you die. All when my own die, me take it up on my responsibility to feed other youths not die. You see the affection, and when you see and know what's going on, you have to make an input. As a father, every youth respect me. They call the Jah our father Jah. Get respect from them. So I always love youths because me cook. So when youth come and them hungry, me give them food. Them want food for trust, me trust them. So them always have that love there for me. So I just said, no. So I always care for you because I'm a father of many. 9 sons me getting on 2 that time.
When asked when was the last time he spoke to Squash, this was his reply.
Just a few days ago.
A few days.
3 days ago. I communicate with him. Even in lockup, he called me.
Okay.
Even he always called me and said, Daddy, when I heard your voice, I feel strength. You know, because I am always there for him. And I always there to encourage him. So it's like the encouragement. No one can do well in jail. You have to be there just stuck up.
Yeah.
But his tone of voice is okay. You know, him have confidence in what he's doing. You know, he know that he's commit no crime or nothing. You know, but you know that it's just a corruption. If you notice, 6 is touched with the spirit. He baptized, you know. Daniel baptized, Squash baptized, and Rando baptized, the one that died.
And you know, peeps, a lot has been said in this interview with Squash's father, from Squash's father, and the Fix podcast interview. But people, you can go over there and watch the entire video for yourself. Very, very interesting. But in my opinion, Mr. Whitaker has failed his children as a father. Because if you get 6 children with 1 female, you're living in a particular community and you're a family-oriented person, you want to see your kids grow up to become lawyers and doctors and so on and so forth, and you realize that one of your sons lose his life at 17 years old. Very, very traumatic situation in that community. Then, as a father, you are the one who is supposed to take that decision and decide that, you know what now, I am going to leave this community while I still have 5 children left. Why would you stay in that community, wait and your other son to get bad and involved in other things, lose him life, another son end up losing life, and another son end up losing life. 4 children lose them life to violence. I'm saying, as a father, as a parent who is caring, a family man, you are the one who should have taken that decision that here what now, this is the wake-up call. This is the time to leave from this era, because this era is doing more harm than good. It's not hurt to go find somewhere else and go out in the world. You're not stuck in the community where you're in, because obviously you are not there. No. So in my view, you would have already failed your children from they were growing up, because you realize the trend in that community, and if you want good for your youth them, a boy picking them, you know say scamming is very rampant in that area. Most of the youth them get themselves involved in a scamming and so on and so forth. So once you have the youth them grow up in those areas, most of the times they will get themselves caught up, you know what I mean? Because youths are growing in the area, them see a little youth at 16, 17 years old, him left school, him a scam, him a drive Benz, him a drive Beamer, him build up big house in a garrison, and him have much people around him, all of the girls them, and so on and so forth. It a got easy for him to mislead the other youths to come on his side or to follow his trend, to do what he does, because I just saw people stay. Even though a man knows that him likely to lose his life early whilst living that life, him still I got choose to live a life, because the mentality of these youths is that they prefer to die young and rich rather than to struggle until they are in old age. As a father, you should have taken the necessary steps to do what is right to remove your children from that toxic environment, being as though one of your son dead from early and you said that was what caused G-Man to get bad. You know what I mean? Squash as an artist, even if him used to involve in things, the fact that him get the opportunity to go overseas was a time for him to turn a new page, clean up yourself, avoid the foolishness, avoid problem, because you don't run from it down here, so. But remember, you have friends at Jamaica who would like to get rid of you and so on and so forth. So you move and you're gone. You carry the same problem behind you, but there. So much so that you have been charged as a transnational gang leader. That don't make no sense, and that is not good. So whilst Squash is a very talented entertainer, we understand that good entertainer, you can't go around that. Squash had the opportunity to make so much money that he now know where to put it. But why Squash like the badness life and the bad man life, I don't understand. It make no sense. You know what I mean? You're overseas, and if you go up on the road, you don't need no bag of man who are trying to prove badness and the baddest man. That don't make no sense, and that not gone away. All you need are some security. You pay some security to come on the road with you, carry go which party you go. When you're done, them carry back to your yard, ensures your place safe, and you go in and you go to bed, go lie down and sleep. You don't need that kind of negative energy there, where you did have back of you all this time, because you realize that it'll get you in a problem. You get me? I say. Anyways, peeps, I could go on and on as it relates to why I believe that Mr. Whitaker, who did that interview on the fix, has failed him own children, them, you know what I mean? Because if you live in our environment and you realize it's toxic, you are the man, you are to make the decision to move with the children them out of that area there, instead of allowing them to grow up in this area and getting caught up in a life of crime and becoming victims of crime. Anyways, peeps, you can leave your views in the comment section. As also, you can like, subscribe, and share. Peace.